Welcome back. It is 1491, and in the last one, we had everyone working on their careers. We talked about moving Grace and Pedro in. Our kids are doing really well. We started a new save file, so we are going to do our best to continue to not have problems with the game. And so let's do our roles, and then I have a couple other things I want to talk about. So let's start with Prince Henry, who will later become King Henry VIII, will be born this year. That guy is problematic. So let's roll for our, oh my gosh, our Cassandra is going to age up into a toddler today. No 4, 8, or 12. Come on, Cassandra, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, she did it. And then Albert Landgrab is also rolling not a 4, 8, or a 12. He survived. I think I deleted Bridget Lewis. I'm so sorry, girl, but you didn't come over to the new save file with us. And then Alexander Goth, it needs to roll a 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. Oh my gosh, could you imagine? Don't die, Alexander. Don't do it. That's an okay roll, right? Yes, okay. I'm like, I'm marrying you this year to Peregrine, so you better figure it out. Okay, so that is the plan for them, is to marry them. And then, what am I doing? Oh, I have a couple things I want to do. So first things first, I'm a realist. No. Here are some new Sims. They were created by Seb Marin, who has been putting like bachelor and bachelorettes up on the gallery. So I'm really grateful for that. So these two guys are potential love interests for Grace, along with the other guys that are already in the area. So Tobias Allison, who is socially awkward, that might be tough for you. And then also Norbert Peters, who is a klepto, but he's loyal. So I guess that's fine. But yeah, so, and then the Dakra family has 2 sons. And then the Knight family has 1, because I misunderstood until just now. I thought that Verona and Noah were married, but they're not. I don't know. We'll marry them if they don't. Anyway. And then in the Peacock family, we have Bendix, who already has a crush on Grace. So I love that for him. So yeah, those are our current eligible bachelors. I think that's everyone, right? Yeah, okay. And then, as I said before, since Grace is trying to find a husband and come out into society, we are going to move her in with our family. And then also, we don't want to leave Pedro all by himself. I don't want to do that to him. So we're going to bring him over too. And I built them like a little guest house. For right now, they'll be in our main family, but I might move them to a residential rental if our household gets too full. So or if I don't feel like playing with them anymore, which will happen probably after Grace gets married. So she'll be moving out anyway. So Pedro might get into a residential rental on our lot. But there's that. And then what else? Also, so like I said before, in the 1490s, there was someone who was claiming to be a missing royal from the last generation. There had been some royals that went missing. And so there's someone who's trying to claim to the throne. Obviously, the king and queen are not into that. But there's someone who's trying to make that claim. And, people will obviously rally around them. So we're going to figure out which families are going to support the pretender and which families are going to stay loyal to the king and queen. Obviously, we know that Mortimer is going to stay loyal to the king and queen. They're friends. Diana is a lady in waiting. Even if they did support the other guy, I guess they could be spies, but it just wouldn't I don't think that they would do that. So our family is not going to support the pretender. Maybe like Mortimer would support him if he felt like the tide started to change, but as of right now, that's not the case. So let's see, will the Peacock family support them? So I'm just going to roll. I really wish I had a coin flip, but that's okay. Is there one down here? No. Okay. We'll just do 1 to 2 is support. Okay. So the Peacock family is supporting the royals. I should probably write this down because I'm going to forget. So Peacock family is supporting the royals. Next, we have the Knight family, who is also supporting the royals. Wow. The Beza family. Does this dice only know how to roll a 1? The Dakra family? Okay. So the Dakra family. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. that might be a problem. The land grabs. Wow, this dice. The Goths. Okay, the Goths. Ooh, the Goths. Okay, so the Goths and the Dakras are going to support the Pretender. So that is going to be interesting. Obviously, not everything is going to come to fruition in 1 year, right? Like, this is happening over like the full course of the 1490s. So we don't need to worry right away about it. Love to see where that goes. But anyway, what do I want to do now? Oh, I want to show you the house. So I did update the house a bit. So I want you to see that. We'll show you where Grace and Pedro are staying. And then we'll also show you some of the extensions that I did on the house. I do want to keep improving this lot. We're going to stay here for like 120 years. So I think it would be good to, continue to expand and all of that stuff. I also do, although we might not stay here for the whole time because I do have rambunctious religions installed. And I know that after Henry VIII dies, when all that stuff is going on, there's like a lot of turmoil in like the religious sphere. So I think it might be interesting for us to play that up a bit. We'll have to see where it goes. I don't really know yet. I can't think that far ahead. I can barely think for this decade. So yeah, let me show you. So I built, well, let me make it light out. So I built, so there was our main structure. And then I built like this little side structure in like the Tudor style, because, that's the new style. And then also the extension on the side is in like a Tudor style. So there's that. And in here, it's pretty empty for the most part. Like this whole section is empty. But I did build on this section a little guest house for Pedro and for Diana. So it just has like a little living, dining, office, and kitchen. And then upstairs there's 3 bedrooms. So, nothing too fancy, but it's, a place for them to stay as guests in our home. And then on our house, what I did was I made the ballroom into just like an entryway, and then came out here and expanded our dining area. So now we have this like big table sideways and the big bar with the buffet table, and then a proper ballroom with a little, bathroom. I didn't mean to take a picture just then, with a bathroom. So we are expanding our entertaining space. And then upstairs, what we have is 2 new bedrooms. So what I did was I just cut away a little bit into this bedroom, which now makes it kind of small compared to all the other bedrooms. But so cut in here and then made a little hallway that goes to another bedroom and another bedroom. So now there's 4 bedrooms for children, which I think is enough, right? Because we potentially need 6. So when we expand this way in the future and have like, this section, then we'll add 2 more bedrooms. But yeah, and then just the top looks the same. We did lose our balcony on this side, but whatever. Yeah, so that is what our house looks like right now. It's all the shrubbery is dead because it's fall, but yeah, so it'll be pretty much mirrored on the other side in the future. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of it, to be completely honest with you. I should probably save it because you know how things go from me. But yeah, so we are just expanding and doing really well. We still have so much money, but that's totally fine. So yeah, that's in that guest house will be where Pedro and Grace are staying, and we're going to try and start finding Grace a husband and seeing where everything goes. So I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. And I will see you in the game right now. Alrighty, so like I said, we are having the baby. We're having the baby right now. Let's do this. Okay, so Diana is giving birth to our next child, and it's a boy, and we're going to roll for both her and the baby, and they both survive, and everything is great, and we're going to name him Gabriel. So Gabriel Larkin has just been born. So exciting. We have been really, really fortunate with our child rolls and like how everything is going with our kids. So far, so good. Knock on wood. We have not lost any of them. So I am really happy about that. And then we are going to start working with what we're doing today. So I'm going to have Grace drop out of high school so that she can focus entirely on becoming a lady. We do still have the governess around somewhere, although I don't know when she comes over, but she's somewhere, so maybe we can say that she has been training Grace and teaching her. And Diana, I really didn't want you to come all the way over to this kitchen, so I'm going to lock the guest house just so that they can't go in it. And it is only for Pedro and Grace right now. That is where they are living. And that's probably where Pedro is going to live the rest of his life. So we'll see about that. And then we'll get the candles. We will start blowing out the candles for little Cassandra, who is becoming a toddler today. So that's really exciting for us, is that she's aging up this year, which is good because I didn't really want to have an overlap of infants at all. So we're not going to have that. There she is. She's so precious, and I love her. So there is our little girl. She actually has a hairstyle a lot like her mom's, which I think is so cute. And we are going to just we're going to do her makeover tomorrow, and we also do Gabriel's makeover because I don't really feel like going into cast twice. So everyone is going to have some cake and enjoy it and have a good time. So we are going to then have, like I said, Grace focusing on her things. We're going to have her go and be presented to the queen, even though that's not really a thing, but I do want, us to get gossip sheets that include her. So we are going to have her go there. We are also going to be starting, now that Lucius is fully completed all of his toddler skills, he can just kind of do his own thing. We will focus on having Cassandra do her skills. Honestly, I get a little lost on this lot now that I have that whole other building there. But we will be focusing on having Cassandra start to learn her toddler skills. She has not gotten them all up yet, but she is going to start working on that. Luckily, she's an independent kid, so she is going to be able to do things like go potty by herself, even without her parents teaching her how to first. So that's really good. We have Diana giving a bath to Lucius, and then we're going to start queuing up some different action items for Cassandra. Looks like our governess is starting to see someone. She wants to go on a date, so that's fine with me, I guess. I'm a little sad. Pedro could have remarried, but I think that she's focused a little more on younger men. Sorry, Pedro. So there's that. And then again, so she's starting with her piano skill. She wants to learn that first and wants to get through that part of the truly accomplished aspiration also. So since I updated my Regency romance mod, I did notice that we have a good section. What am I trying to say? There's a section in the aspirations section that now says Regency, so it's not just like under knowledge or whatever. And so because of that, we are going to see that there are 2 more aspirations that are now available for our Sims. And one of them is obviously to go from like low class to high class. Obviously, that's not really an issue right now for us, so that's okay. And then we are going to see the other aspiration, which is lasting legacy. So that is the aspiration that we're going to switch Mortimer over to for now. And what it basically is trying to, have your children be well off in society, learn the etiquette skill, have their own balls, etc., etc. And so I think that that's a really good one for him because he does want all of his children to be really successful. So that first part of it was become a parent and socialize with your child 10 times. Now we have 2 children master the etiquette skill and have a coming out ball for a child. So obviously we can't have 2 of our children master the etiquette skill right now. They are just toddlers and that won't happen for a while, but we can have a coming out ball for Grace. So I think that that would be pretty nice. So that's what they want, and we are going to, in the meantime, focus on the toddlers before we'll have Grace's party tomorrow so that she can meet the bachelors. So I'm excited about that. I do want her to start meeting them and we start to see what she thinks of them. I honestly don't know what I did with my first impressions mod so I downloaded another mod that was like skills, not skills, but like talents, what their strengths, weaknesses, that kind of mod, because I thought that would be really interesting to see the children and like, what they're good at, what they're bad at. And so I thought that would help inform us of potentially, how well they do in Mortimer's eyes. But it seems to have like replaced first impressions in the action panel, and I don't really know what to do about that. I'll have to look further into it, but we'll see. So I couldn't do first impressions for Grace, but we will look at compatibility and sentiments and all that stuff. So we'll look inside the game and see where it goes. Here is little Gabriel as a infant. You saw Cassandra as a toddler. For some reason, I think the kids have like a million outfits for some reason, which I do not get, and I'm going to have to fix that later, but I did not fix it now. And so I'm just going to come over here. There she is. Look at this little girl. She looks just like her dad. Really, she looks just like her dad. And there she goes. So we are going to save her photo, and then also we're going to get in with little Gabriel. I'm really excited to already have 3 children that are surviving successfully, and that is just really good. I do want to have a successful lineage for them and have like a really big family and all of that stuff. So I'm excited about that. I really do want them to do well there. And so that's what we're going for. And I think that we're so far successful. And we're going to start having Grace's drama starting soon. I do have several years thought out for Grace, not like completely thought out for the story, but like, having an idea of where we're going, like, what's she going to do this year? She's going to meet them this year. What's she going to do next year? Maybe she'll go on some dates and like, maybe we'll see what happens with like Bendix having a crush on her and all that stuff. So in the meantime, we are having a little woohoo between Mortimer and Diana. Definitely got to start working on baby number 4. I would like them to have 6 babies. I know that sounds wild, but I just feel like that's something Mortimer would do. And then I do have to consider Grace's dowry. So her and Pedro came over here with like 300,000 simoleons. So I'm going to let her keep all 300,000. And then that's going to be her dowry. So whatever is left is for us, for our kids. And I'm thinking that maybe instead of just giving the children an inheritance, I mean, I think he will, but I think Mortimer would probably be more likely to give his children money as like an investment. Like, here's, 100,000 simoleons. Do something with it and show me what you're capable of, So I think that could be cool. So that's what we'll see down the road. I mean, obviously the kids are still toddlers. We have plenty of time to worry about the future. It looks like Liberty has just had her other baby, which I'm really grateful for, but she does not have any free household slots. So she's not going to get pregnant right now, but she can get pregnant shortly after we do this year, because Peregrine will be moving out of the household to move in with Alexander, who she's getting married to. But also, Liberty is aging up into like an elder soon. Yeah, because we didn't marry her off until like she was already an adult and everything. So because of that, she is a lot older. And so I don't think she's going to be able to have all 9 of her baby tries, but we'll see where we go from there. And we are going to, in the meantime, have Grace's coming out ball. Super excited about this. I think that it'll go really well. I'm trying to invite over everyone that I think is important, but unfortunately, some of the Sims don't show up, and that's just how it goes. Especially, like, I really have to figure out what to do about, like, teen Sims not showing up because they're in school right now, and I don't want that to happen, but it's just the way it is. So anyway, we are going to start having the the ball, and we're going to use our brand new ballroom. It's also a really good excuse for Mortimer to show off some of his home renovations, so that's really great. We are going to be showing, our big ballroom with everything, and we are going to start meeting. Yeah, see, I can't for some reason find the first impression stuff anymore, but what was I saying? We're going to first meet William Dakra, who is the second son of the Dakra family, but he's like the only one who showed up. So we are going to meet him first and see how they get along. And then I'm trying to call over some of the other Sims, but So anyway, we are going to just start talking to him, start getting to know him a little bit. We do have to socialize with guests in order to complete this event, and they're dancing, everyone's dancing, having a good time. I think that it's really special, so I'm really having a good time there. And we are going to just continue on. Like, Mortimer is dancing with Emily. Everyone's dancing with like their friends, except I think the only couple that's dancing is the Dakra adults. So anyway, Grace is just having a really great time. She is kind of connecting with William. I feel like they're getting their friendship up really fast. Pedro is watching her like a hawk. But yeah, I think that she is having a good time chatting with William, and the other guys didn't show up, so that's on them. They could have shown up and gotten some attention, but that's on them. Anyway, so we're going to end the party because it's pretty much over. And she did get along really well with William. So we'll see if she gets along also with Robert, Bendix, and then the other two guys. So everyone's having a good time with that, and we are going to again queue up stuff for the babies. Again, I don't know why the baby isn't wearing the clothes that I gave him, whatever, but so we are going to focus on this, and we are going to invite over Bendix and Robert, although Robert didn't really come. So let's talk to Bendix. So we already know that he has a crush on Grace. So he has a crush on Grace, and I'm sure that he would jump at the opportunity to hang out with her. So let's have them come in here and chat with each other and all of that. So we're going to have them hanging out, of course, under the watchful eye of Pedro. So they are going to start chatting, start getting to know each other, and we'll see if there's any kind of spark, because I really feel like she doesn't think the same way that Mortimer and Diana think. I think she's just like, oh, like, let me like see everyone and meet them and see who I click with and all that stuff. She's not really thinking right now about status and that kind of stuff, because she wants to find someone that she, wants to be with and wants to love. And I don't know if that's going to cause conflict between her and Mortimer, and we'll see. But anyway, Pedro is just kind of supervising them hanging out. We can say that he came calling on her because obviously he's the only one here right now. So there is that, and I'm just trying to stop the clock because Mortimer has not gotten home yet, even though he was supposed to, and so I just need you to come home. So let's save the game while we're waiting, and it looks like, look at how fast her relationship with Bendix went up. Look at how fast that happened. That is just wild to me. So their relationship has gone up to pretty much a full bar in a very short amount of time. And I checked, and it turns out they have amazing compatibility. So that is really something. And I don't know, they have amazing compatibility. It's just wild. So it looks like Mortimer also got promoted, so that's really great for him. And yeah, so there we go. So let's then check on the painting. Oh, do not freeze to death, Mortimer. You're going to work. Okay, and then I forgot to add the other guys to the club. That's probably why they didn't show up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them to, we're going to bring them here, add them to the club, and have them chat with her. So we're going to say that like a bunch of people came over to see her. Obviously, she's being sponsored by the Baron. She's a big dowry. I think she's going to be just fine. And so we're going to invite over these two guys. I believe Norbert is one of them, and then the other one is something Peters. But oh no, Norbert is it Peter? Tobias? Yeah. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna have them both join the club and we're gonna have them talk to her and she's gonna okay, Bendix has to take a step back. I know you want to monopolize her time, but you can't. So he's gonna take a step back. She's gonna chat with these guys. So these are both young adults. They have their pros and cons of both of them. And so as it turns out, she actually has a bad compatibility with Tobias, and then the other guy has is socially awkward, so it's like hard for her to get to know him, and so both of them are kind of maybe duds for this, but I'm sure we'll find someone else to marry them to, but it seems like right off the bat that like it's not going well. So I do my best, but seems like Grace is not the one. So, and also none of these Sims want to do what I tell them to do. They keep running around, going off, getting glitchy and stuck in places. And I'm like, come back. I'm trying to do something here and you're ruining it. So, anyway, she's just going to chat a bit with them and get to know them a little and see where it goes from there. So, like I said, it looks like, yeah, with Tobias, she has bad compatibility. Norbert is socially awkward. It's just a tough situation to get to know them, and I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we can't play with them a little further in the next part, but it seems like she definitely likes Bendix the most right now. She hasn't even met Robert, which I'm sure is driving Mortimer insane because he 100% would want her to be with Robert out of all these guys because Robert is the one who's going to inherit a title. And so that is her best match, like socially, like societally, structurally, whatever. So, well, and we just had Henry VIII finally be born. So that's Prince Henry for right now. For some reason, The Sims has overridden all of their names, which is super annoying. But anyway, yeah, my kids are also freezing to death, so that's just bad. I didn't mean to make you do that. I meant to make her do that. But yeah, so everyone is going to do their thing. And we're going to put Grace back to trying to become accomplished. We're going to put Cassandra back to trying to work up her toddler skills. So there's all of that. And then I think, when does Gabriel going to become a toddler in the next part? Yeah. Okay, so Gabriel becomes a toddler next year. It was a little difficult because last year Cassandra was an infant the whole year. So she didn't, like, that's kind of unusual for us. So anyway, we are then going to just continue on with everybody's work and plans and all of this stuff. So trying to make sure that it goes well for them. Having Cassandra learn from her mother, very sweet and, really nice. So I think things are going well in the Larkin household and, everyone's doing everything that they're supposed to do. And it's really nice, I'm glad that things are a little calm right now. There's no scandals or problems yet. I'm of course going to introduce some issues with Grace, but that's just the way that it is. So we are going to, as of right now, not have any issues. We do want to keep going with. What are you doing, little girl? She's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love Cassandra. I hope that she takes after her grandmother. She's going to play with the dolls now, and then we'll keep working on her thinking skill, and it's Winterfest. So it's Christmas. But anyway, we are going to do a few things today, but for right now, I'm just going to queue up some stuff for her, and I wonder, I'm like already ready for these kids to be grown up. Lucius still has like 3 years until he becomes a child. So I do not have time for that. But anyway, we are going to head out now. I wanted to just kind of head out and have finally Grace be able to meet Robert. So I think that Mortimer probably got into contact with the Earl and was like, hey, like I want to introduce my sister-in-law to your son. Do you mind? Like, can we get together? And so they already have a pretty good relationship. And also, he knows that William is friends with her now, so we're going to see where that goes. But yeah, so Grace is going to come over here and start talking to Robert. Meanwhile, Mortimer is of course going to start schmoozing with the Earl and getting to know him a little bit better so that maybe they can arrange something. But yes, we are going to start talking to Robert from Grace's point of view. Actually, I'm pretty sure Robert like rolled the monarch trait. I wonder if that means we should increase his standing. We'll have to see. Because that's what I did with the land grabs when Malcolm rolled to have the monarch trait. I was like, oh, I guess he got a title. So maybe we'll have to see if that would be the same case. I wonder is a marquis above an earl? I honestly do not know. But yeah, so Grace is just chatting with Robert a little bit. It looks like Mortimer left. Great. Or at least he's not talking to the earl anymore. But it seems like things are going okay between Grace and Robert. I don't see like a super great compatibility, but they also don't hate each other either. And so we'll have to see where that goes. Ooh, the king and queen are flirting with each other, so that's cute. So yeah, I think that things are going pretty well between her and Robert. Not like, not too well, but not badly. So, oh, and it looks like William is contacting her too. It looks like both of these brothers are interested in her. I love that for her. But of course, Mortimer would be pushing her more towards the eldest, of course. And so everyone is just having a good time, chatting away, enjoying, and I think it's going well. So I think that Grace is like not the type of sim to not get along with people. I mean, she is hot-headed, so there is that, but at the same time, she's not someone who's unlikable. She's not someone who, causes problems for other people. So I think that while she is hot-headed, she's not going to throw a tantrum or anything over whatever happens. And so I think everybody also gets along with her nicely because she's likable. So anyway, Mortimer is still trying to talk to the Earl. He comes and goes, but that's fine. And then we are going to probably head out soon, but I did want to see how high their relationship would get. It's not moving up as quickly, obviously, as it did with Bendix. That went up really fast, so that was pretty exciting. And we are going to just send everybody home now. So we're all going to go home. We're going to feel it out, see how it went, enjoy it. I do want them to have a good time. So we are going to roll it back here and go home. Try and get some of her skills up again. And look at our beautiful house. It's so sad that it's winter. But we'll move on. So we are going to send everyone to work. I know it's technically a holiday, but anyway, so I want Grace to come up here, and then I also want her father to come and talk to her. So I want him to have a conversation with her without Mortimer or Diana around, just kind of like have a talk with her, because obviously Pedro is a bit of a more permissive person because he did lose so much of his family, and he wants his children to be happy. He wants them to be safe and successful and like all these things. And like he's very like doting, and he wasn't really like that as much before the sweating sickness, but after that he just kind of, he just wants them to have a good life regardless of what happens in it. Like as long as he can keep his family in his life, then he doesn't mind. So they're going to have this conversation, and he's going to ask her what she thinks. And so obviously I think that right now she likes Bendix the most. She likes William the second most, then Robert, and then Norbert, Norman, I forget his name, and then lastly Tobias. So that is the order currently of men in her life. So she is thinking that she's talking to her father about it, and she really just wants to find love. She wants to, but she also, like, as much as her dad dotes on her, she dotes on him. Like, she wants to also, like, she also lost a big chunk of her family. And, she lost all of her other siblings except for Diana. And so, like, obviously she would be, you know, willing to do a lot for Diana because that's her sister and that's the only one she has left. And at the end of the day, like, they have their father and he's also here, and Mortimer and Diana are taking such good care of them. I feel like Grace, while she does want to make her choices, she also recognizes that she owes a lot to Mortimer and Diana, and she cares a lot about Diana and her father, and she just, like, I feel like she could be swayed regardless of what her heart is telling her. I feel like she could be swayed. So we'll have to see how that goes and whether it causes conflict. But anyway, Mortimer has come home and has joined the conversation, and he's like, oh, like, how was Robert? And he's very focused on Robert and Robert and Robert, like, how did it go? And she's like, oh, well, like, we're friendly, and it wasn't bad. And so that is how that conversation is going. So she is definitely not opposed to Robert, but she needs to kind of feel it out more. So anyway, then I'm going to go around and let me just list for you here the things we're doing. Because obviously we're going to get Peregrine and Alex married. Unfortunately, they will be becoming traitors later. We'll see if we can't get them out of that. But Alex and Peregrine will be getting married. And then we have, in the Landgrab family, we have Albert becoming a toddler, and we also have Elaine becoming an infant. So that is going well in the Landgrab family. And we're also going to get Liberty pregnant again. So that'll probably be her last kid, the one we're getting her pregnant with now. Because by the time she becomes too old to have kids, she is not going to have enough room in her household, unless one of the kids dies. But anyway, and then we have in the Goth family, we know that Alex is becoming a young adult. That way he can marry Peregrine. And Prince Henry was born. We're going to get a picture of him as an infant. Serdic Beza became a toddler. So yeah, that's everything that's going on there. That is what we're going to update. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. I am excited to get, I want always for there to be drama in my story, but I don't really feel like right now is an appropriate time to have drama for Mortimer and Diana. So I think it's a really fun thing to bring in Grace and have her relationship woes be the thing that is going on right now. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this, and let me know who you're rooting for to be with Grace. So I will catch you in the next one.